Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means right now is new comic book video time. If you watched my video on Sunday for my comic book hot picks of the week, there were most of these that were on that video. And then one that kind of flew under the radar that sold very quickly and is doing really, really well right now on the secondary market. So we're going to jump right into the books this week. First one I picked up, and it was a pretty big week. I had a little extra cash, so I was able to buy a few extra things. So the first one I picked up, Black Cat 11, I only picked up the Marvel Zombie variant. There's that right there. And I talked about a book that kind of flew under the radar. This is the book right here, Legion of Superheroes number 6. This is first appearance of Gold Lantern and a character called Monster Boy. Here is that right there. And right now it's selling anywhere from $13 to $18 on the secondary market, which is really good for a day of release. And like I stated, a lot of shops didn't carry a lot of these, so it was kind of hard to pick up here in town. So right there, Legion of Superheroes number 6. Flash 755. Another book that sold really, really well this week is Batman Secret Files number 3. Is that right there? Batman The Adventure Continues number 1 came out, and I liked this cover right here, the B cover. I did not buy an A cover, so I picked up a B cover of that. So here's that right there. And a book that was I kind of looked at the cover and I thought, wow, if I'm reading it correctly, I haven't read the book yet, so I don't know what's inside. But this is Batman Graves. This is the Batman's Grave number 7 here. And to me, that looks like a lot of dead police officers laying at the feet of Batman, which, with everything going on right now, is kind of controversial or kind of in poor taste with that. But again, this was probably done weeks ago, so there's that right there. I was just kind of surprised to see that. And this was selling really, really well because of that cover. So there's that right there. The Batman's Grave number 7. Let me know what your take is on that. If you feel the same way I do, or if it's just, I'm reading too much into the cover. Another book that sold really, really well. We talked about this in the Monday video, or the Sunday video. I did it a day early, which is the first storyline of the Joker War tie-in. This was Nightwing number 71. Now, I did read this story right here, and I have my opinion of what's going to happen. Of course, we talked about a while back a character called Clown Killer that's coming out, and I think it's kind of setting up for you-know-who to be Clown Killer. Read the story, and I'd like to hear in your comments what you think about that. So here's that, Nightwing number 71, first story of the Joker War tie-in. Another book that sold really, really well. And of course, the big book from DC today, Batman 92. That right there, the first cover appearance of Punchline and the second appearance of Punchline. This was cover A. And this was cover B. I don't know what type of course, Miss Punchline right there. I did read this story as well. It was actually a pretty good story where Harley and her kind of have a first face-to-face. So I'm interested to see what goes on in the next couple of issues of this. But I don't know what the value of this book is going to be because every shop had a ton of these books, but still they were selling really, really well. So that was it for the main DC Marvel. Now, Marvel isn't putting out a lot of books. They only had a couple of titles that came out today. The only one I grabbed was Black Cat. And they're not going to have another title release for a couple of weeks. So most of the books that are going to be coming out are going to be DC titles as well as the independent titles. And I did get a pretty good stack of independents that I'm really excited about. I can't remember if I showed this or not. This is Disaster Inc. number 1. Looking forward to reading this here. Another book we talked about on the Sunday Hot Pick book was the new storyline for Faithless number 2. This is the erotic polybag version where you can't see the cover. There were 3 covers of this, so I'm going to show you 4 because I have an open version of this here. So this is the cover here, the polybag. This is the main cover here. This one was the one I talked about that I thought, and this is my cover of the week. This is the Faithless FOC cover, and I just thought this was a great looking cover right there. That is an excellent, excellent cover. Really, really like it. I was happy to pick up a couple of those there. And then the erotic cover, which is right there. I'll show that too much. Book that I'm kind of excited about because I do like the other books that came out in this series. This is from Source Point. This is The Rejected, Long is the Way. Right there, $5.99. You get a nice thick book. It's a pretty thick book right there. And I'm enjoying the Rejected storylines, or the Rejected stories that they're coming out with. If you haven't read The Rejected, give it a look. I think you might enjoy it. Real hard to find the first prints or the first issue of The Rejected because I think they only made like 1,500 of them. So it's kind of hard to find without paying, you know, $30, $40, $50 for it. So there's that. Another book we talked about in the Sunday video, which is the Bitterroot Purple Rain homage cover. Here's that right there. Of course, if you've seen the movie and you have seen the movie poster or the DVD, Blu-ray, that is the cover. Of course, Prince is on the bike, and that's Apollonia would be up on the stairs looking at him. So there's that right there. The Bitterroot Purple Rain homage cover. Philadelphia number 6, cover A. And cover B. Storyline that I'm enjoying, another book that we talked about on Sunday. This is Ice Cream Man number 19. Really nice cover right there. Couldn't find the cover B variant, but I like this one here, so I was happy to get the number 19 right here. And again, a lot of people, if you haven't read Ice Cream Man, people either love it or they hate it. There is no in between. So I happen to love it. A lot of people that I know say I don't like it, I can't get into it, but the ones who do like it, like, I absolutely love that book. So this one here, a nice Perillo cover of Dejah Thoris. They're beautiful, beautiful cover right there. But of course that Faithless FOC cover is the cover of the week. And then finally, the book that I'm really excited about, this is probably the book I'm most excited about. This is from AWA Upshot. This is Old Haunts, number 1 of 5. We talked about this on the Sunday video. This book was selling pretty good. I think this book, just personally, this is just my personal opinion now, I think this has a real good shot at being made into some type of a TV show, just because of the content and the storyline. Like I stated, 3 made men getting ready to retire, and the ghosts of their past, the things that they have done to get to where they are coming back. And again, AWA Upshot has been coming out with some really, really good stories. And so this is another one, again, I haven't read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to reading it. So there was that. Again, pretty big week for me, especially with everything going on. But like I stated, I had a couple of extra dollars, so I was able to pick up and treat myself to a couple of extra books. So those are the books right there. I'd like to hear in the comments if you had an opportunity to pick up, the books that you were looking for. If you got a Nightwing 71, if you picked up any of the books that I gave recommendations on Sunday that you may or may not have heard about, and you picked them up based off my recommendation. Those are things that I want to know, because I want to know that if I'm doing the videos, Sunday or Monday, that the information that's going out there you're actually enjoying. And then a couple of cheap books I picked up, nothing real big. I got these for a couple bucks each, that's why I bought them. Again, nothing real great, a couple of lower grade, 4.5 and a 5.0. First one is a Swamp Thing number 13 in a 5.0. I think I paid $2 for that book right there. I mean, why would you not buy a Swamp Thing for $2? And it's not a horrible grade, 5.0. Of course, not a high grade, but again, for $2, why not? And then I picked up a Swamp Thing number 12. Always did like this cover. This is a 4.5. I think I paid $1 for this. I mean, I'll buy these all day for $1, $2, $3 in this condition, which is, VG 4.0 to 5.55. If I can find them like that, I'll buy them just to put them away. So there's that right there. So those are the books that we had. Again, the big books that were blowing off the shelf, obviously, Batman 92 and the Joker War. Oh, Speaking of which, I have some Joker Wars I'm going to show. I know I forgot something, so excuse me for that. I picked up 4 covers of Joker War, and so I'm going to show those right now. First one I picked up, main cover, right there. 80-page giant, but again, $9.99. The only reason I was able to get a couple extras is because I had some extra money. So normally I wouldn't do that, but here's this cover here. Here is the Finch cover. This is the 1950s version. I like that cover, so I picked one of those up. Next one up is Jim Lee. This is the 1970s. I like this one because it has villains on the cover, so I like that. And then, like I stated in the video on Sunday, this was my favorite cover. This was the Del Auto 1990s version. I absolutely love that cover. I love the way the Joker is. You can just kind of see the torment in his eyes, you know, grabbing his hair, thinking of what he's going to do next to the Batman, or maybe a little beat down to Harley Quinn. Who knows what's going to happen. So there is that. Those are the books I picked up this week. Again, a bigger than normal week for me lately, but I was happy to get those. Again, let me know in the comments what you picked up this week or what you were really looking forward to reading. And again, leave a comment if you took any advice that I gave on those you know, hot pick videos and picked up a book that you may or may not have normally grabbed until I talked about it. So go ahead and let me know. So that's pretty much all we have. Again, I appreciate all the support, all the people watching the videos. I love this community. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the country right now, but we're going to get through it together, and we'll come back stronger as always. So thumbs up if you like the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. But I hope you liked the video. But as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great, great day, and I'll see you in a couple days with my new hot pick video for next week.